Hello, this is Commander Hugh Jardon. Welcome to another one of my Elite Dangerous walkthrough videos. This one is about killing Thargoids. Been meaning to do one of these for a long time. Not particularly good at it. Um, Developed my own technique, but this is just if like me, you're an amateur and you just want to have a go at it. It is dead easy once you got the hang of it, and don't need any special skill, but you do need sort of the right ship. Now, I've seen all these builds on the anti-Xeno site and things. I tried them all and didn't get on with any of them. Not for this type of combat. I'm sure they're all good in their right, used in the right way and by the right people. But as a Dunderhead, this method is going to work for me and should work for you. So it involves a heavily tanked up ship. So you're going to need either a Corvette or an Anaconda, probably work in a cutter as well. But the principle is quite straightforward. You have all the normal things here, your drag drives, and don't really need a frameshift drive, anything special on there. Military grade alloys done for heavy duty. Is it what I forgot? Let me just check. Yeah, heavy duty with deep plating and all the rest of the stuff. It's normal charge enhanced power distributor, and I had to have long range sensors on this one. You don't really need those. Um, there, you need it to be as strong as possible. So you're going to do it as a big tank. So I've got a prismatic shield on there, but a 7A would be okay. But again, done heavy duty or reinforced with high capacity. Um, and then you want probably at least one big modular reinforcement. Two would probably be better, and ideally the Guardian ones. But I haven't. I just knocked this up quickly, so I haven't fitted Guardian ones. But that one works okay, so don't panic about that. I've got. I did have two SCBs on this one, but um, it didn't work that well. I've kept one, and that has some benefit, which I'll explain later, hopefully. And then hull reinforcements, loads of them, and all done with heavy duty deep plating. And what else have we got? I've got, yeah, it doesn't have to be a corrosion resistant one, but if you want to collect the Thargoid heart afterwards, I think it does. But if you've got one of those, fit that, otherwise a normal one. And then I've got the Xeno multi-limpet controller. And what I use that for is decontamination, which you'll see in a minute. So more hull reinforcement, Guardian hull reinforcement in there. But the I don't know about what's best at the Guardian and the normal hull reinforcements. I've heard that the normal ones are better, and I think that's what most people fit. So just do those all where you can, engineered for heavy duty. Right, now the weapons. You're going to need some couple of beam lasers with probably ideal is thermal vent. The other things don't matter, whether it's long range or efficient or whatever you can fit to your ship or whatever your preference is. And then I've got a remote release flak launcher, but I never use it. Now, a more skilled player or more purist would probably use that to take out the swarm. I got it just in case, but I found I don't need to. I just wade in there and shoot the thing, and and that works. So there's going to be better ways of doing it, so you can develop your own things. But if you just want to get started and have a go, if you're too scared because you thought, I haven't got the right ship, you can have a go as long as you've got a strong ship. So all these things that I'm just telling you now work for an Anaconda as well as a Corvette. So the main things which you're going to kill the Thargoids with are these Gauss cannons here. So you need four of them, and however you lay them out, I've got two medium and two small. I've seen other people use four medium. You get a lot of heat from those and other things. So it's not. I don't think it's that critical as long as you've got four of them, which is all you're allowed to have. And then shield boosters everywhere. I've got a couple of heat sinks to go with uh, the SEB, so I can fire that off. And again, if you use them in the right way, you can get some advantage of them if you look at all the how to kill Thargoid stuff. But I don't bother with them for that. I only use them like if I overheat and I want to get rid of some heat, because firing these weapons can overheat you a lot. So just when you get really hot and fire a heat sink. Um, and this isn't quite important. I thought I didn't need it, but then when I took it off, I realised I did. This Xeno scanner. Um, the reason you need it is to identify how many Thargons in the swarm, because when you go to the AX combat zone, first of all you get a load of scouts there that all spawn in. You have to shoot a load of them first, a bit of a nuisance, and especially in a big ship like this. So thin those down, and then when they're thinned down a bit, then the big Thargoids come, and there's normally 2 at a time come. So you get different ones. Mainly in the low one where I'm going, it's the Cyclops, which are quite easy to deal with, but occasionally you get one of the tougher ones, and even the toughest one. And you don't want to get too involved with those if you can. So you need to know which is which. And in the dark, it isn't that easy to see. And especially the 2 lower, like Cyclops, and I can't remember what one above it's called, but they look exactly the same, and the only way I can tell the difference is by how many's in the swarm. The the basic Cyclops has 32, so that's the only thing I look for when they come in. Which one's got 32 in the swarm? Find a swarm with 32 in, and look for the nearest Thargoid to it, and then go for that one. And then when I've done that one, if I've got enough strength in my ship left and enough ammo left, I then check out the other swarm. If that one's 32 as well, then I might have a go at the other Thargoid. But by the time you've done 2, your ship's normally done for, so it's time to escape. But the worst thing is that after you get the second one, a third one, the next lot spawn in then, and it catches you out. And if they come, they always seem to come for me, and then it's quite difficult to get away. They mass lock you, so you have to highway, like target another system, and one that's not behind the planet because you can't jump. So if you're a bit scared, you might want to target the planet when you first drop in to make sure you've got an escape route, like we used to in the old days with the normal CZs. It was always recommended that you target a system ready to jump out in case things went not very well. So that's it in a nutshell. Just a big brute of a ship, lots of defences, and main weapons. The beam lasers you're going to take Thargoid's shields down with, and the Gauss cannons you're going to knock out its hearts with. And you don't always need to take the shield, and you don't even have to do that. So yeah, in theory, you don't even need those. Just stay away from it while it's got shields, and its shields go down by themselves, and then when it comes down, you can go back and get it again. So yeah, a few options, but that's where I'm doing it. You can copy me if you want. So let's have a look. So here we go. So the shields are all charged up, and I'm ready to go. So off we go. So the place I'm going to here is an AX low intensity conflict zone. I think these have been about for a while. There is a community goal at the moment, so that's a bit of fun taking part in that. But I think these have been around for a bit, so you can do them at any time. Now it's very close to this. I'm actually at the ship where you hand in your bonds for your CG. So and you see, like, it's only like by the time you get your frame shift drive going, you're in there. Oops, still mass locked. So just going to make sure I've got the right weapons ready. There's this. Oh, I need to show you the fire groups. I'll do that at the end because it's going to get a bit hectic in a minute. So get me pips ready. So you want a lot of pips for the weapons, and then it's up to you what you do with the other. You do need something to engines because you need to move about a bit sometimes, especially with the big Thargoids. So we're in there. Get your weapons out straight away, and now we've got to deal with a few Thargons. So I normally just target one. They're nuisance, these things. I find them quite difficult to get. And you get regenerators. He's regenerating already. And they go straight behind you like that in a Corvette. It's not easy to keep them in front of you. So, it's probably a strategy. And what happens is they fire some of them fire caustic missiles. Here's one coming now. It's going to get me. There you go. And now my hull starts going down. So just ignore that. So after a bit, the way the AI is programmed, they do take down a bit. can't go in that green cloud. You get contaminated. So I'm just going to get a couple, and I'll deal with the contamination. Now, there is a strategy, like if you go for there's different types of Thargons, which you can see with the when you got that Xeno scanner. You don't have to do anything with it, but in the information panel on the bottom left, it tells you what type they are. This is a Marauder, which is like the normal fighting ones. There's Berserkers. I can't remember what they do. Then you got Regenerators, but that heal the other ones. And then Berserkers. No, I said Berserkers. Inciters. It's a long time since I've done Scouts. I can't remember what they do, but there is a sequence that ideally you want to do them. But as you can see, there's NPCs helping you. Right, now all I need to do is change my fire groups. Fire a decontamination limpet. See, I lost 5% of my hull. I haven't even started with the Thargoids yet. So now change back my fire groups and I can get on with these. I could have done that sooner if I was panicking, but... So that's got rid of the contamination now. And if you come under fire when you got one of those limpets on you, sometimes they get knocked off and you have to start again. But with the big Thargoids, you're sort of fairly busy. Unless you're well organised, then you don't really need to bother with those. And there's other ways of getting the contamination off. Basically, you just heat yourself up, which is going to happen anyway. Because when you're firing those gas cannons, you heat up. So if you're contaminated, it just burns it off, without you doing anything. Now, with a lot of practice and you figured it all out, you probably find out the optimum way to do it all. Right, they're thinning out a bit, these scouts now, but we're not ready yet. So these big beam lasers, like if you can get them on the scout, they do kill them quite quickly. But the trouble is, you can see there's a lot of jitter. So you've got to be right down to about 1 kilometre before they actually stay on the thing. Right, we're getting there now. So now we look for the ones the police are getting and try and get them. Let's shooting one somewhere. Where is it? There, that's oh. That's the regenerator one, the green ones with a funny green field around. There, see the green? Is the red one is the inciter. There's a red field around it like that. So he's got some back. And sometimes the gimbals don't stay on the target. So we're getting close now to when the big Thargoids are coming. There's another. There's a Berserker over there. That's the red one. Sorry, did I say inciter? I meant Berserker. So, let's take this one. Oh no, here come the big Thargoids. So I'm going to leave that for now. Oh, hang on, I've got contamination. I need to deal with that. Now, what I've got to do is get my field neutralizer going. 4 pips to shield. And as soon as you see the message about something, can't remember what it is. There it is. You just had it. That one. Wait about 2 seconds and then press the field neutralizer button. There's the field, and I'm protected against it. So it all happens a bit quick. Sorry if that was. You might need to look back and see what happens. So I'm checking that swarm now, and because I've got that Xeno scanner, it'll tell me 32. Right, that's what I want. There's the Thargoid behind it. Now, ideally, I want my night vision on, really, so let's put it on. You can see it much better. I just logged on, and it's... So you've got to get within 3 kilometres, and then you can start shooting it with the Gauss cannons. Here we go. Oop, wrong one. Right, you can just see its heart glowing at the bottom there. That's where you got to shoot. So you forget about everything, just concentrate on shooting. Got it. Got it. Missed. You can see my temperature go up. Oh, nearly. Got it. Yep, it's gone. So boost past it. It's going to try and fire lightning. So as long as you get clear of it, you'll be alright. So look at its shields now on the next to the mini radar, 53% already. So all those ships are shooting it. taking down its shields. So really, you don't need to do anything when they're all on it. So I'm not going to bother with the shields this time. So that's its shields gone. Now we can do it again. There's the heart out already because they're all shooting it. This looks like quite an easy one, but famous last words. Oops, need pips. Quite a lot to think about, and it takes a while. Is that gone? Yeah, that's gone. You see it gone down to 60%. So boosting past it. This time it's going to fire a caustic missile. So I just loop round, come back. It's got a lot of NPCs. I can get it as soon as I'm within 3 kilometers. I can get the. I think I'll come a bit closer. I can get it with the lasers, but it looks like is it shields? Yeah, shield's gone now. They have a very nasty habit of staying out of range, so you need to move your pips around. But you want them square on like this, and normally they don't spend much time square on like that. These gas cannons never go off when you think, oh, that's it. Right, this is the dodgy one this time. The third heart. So you want your field neutralizer, 4 pips for systems, and now you've got to look for the that message again. There it is. 2-3 seconds. Now hold it down. And here comes the field. Now sometimes there's a delay before that happens, before it fires its field. So don't think you missed it. If you don't see that message, just be ready for it all the time. So there's no NPCs going for it this time, so I'm going to have to use my beam laser. So there's a caustic missile. That's probably going to get me, but I'm not too bothered about that. So, oh, it's weird, I'm not contaminated. Right, its shields are gone. Now this is the easiest bit. Once you've got those shields down, and it's 40%, you can just stand in front of it and shoot it. Oops, pips. I'm thinking what to say as well as what to do, so I'm not doing it as well as I should. It does take a bit of practice to be able to get those gas cannons, and once it's got to 3 kilometers, you can't shoot. They don't land on it. So you don't have to think about anything. I mean, there are ways to do it better, but I'm trying to make it easy for you. What you need to do. So it's getting close to 3 kilometers again. There's a. Oh, I had a shot then, so the gun didn't go off. Now this time, if I get that heart, it's just a question of finishing it off. And what happens, you can see it's gone all, so you can't see it. Now it's out of range. And all the time that contamination's going down. Alright, we've got a good shot at this time. It's going too fast though. It's lightning. Oh, this is good. Because it stands right in front of you normally when it does that, and normally it stops. That's it. Right, now finish it off. Quick. No, too late, I think. Yeah, it's got its shields now, so just got to take its shields down with the lasers. Normally, if you can get in 4 quick shots, he's gone. So just got to take the shields down. So if you look at my shields, they're quite low. So after this one, I could just leave. Right, I think that's it now. There you go, 0%. So I'll fire a shield cell bank off. So just what I should have done is just the shield cell bank. That would have burnt the contamination off. But now instead I can use the decontamination limpet. Oh, there's a missile coming in. Do it again. So I'm ready to go now. I've got my Thargoid. If I was a bit less, so do me 4 pips to engines, and let's hope I'm not mass locked. So I'm going to fly the opposite way to where that last Thargoid is. Can you see it? It's just I put it behind me, sort of more or less behind me. On the radar, it just looks like a stick with no top. It's under next to the swarm now. So weapons away, and this time I can get out of there. So I'm not panicked. You do need to be like sure of a little bit sure of what you're doing, but I took a bit more damage than what I normally do. So I'm not bothered about the fact that I'm still going down because the station is like dead close. So as soon as you're in Super Cruise, you're sort of there, and the station's going to repair you. So what have I got? 2% of my shields left. Right. So here we go. So I can at this point, uh, if I wanted to, use a decontamination limpet. So get my permission. Uh, the only thing is that sometimes your hull is going to be like right down, and you're going to have no shields. So when you come in to land at the station, don't bump in it. You know, you need to, unless you've got a docking computer, which I don't think you got room for. I would rather have, you know, the hull reinforcement or something than a docking computer. So the noise from that's gone now. So just be careful when you come in. As long as you land gently, you're okay. It just seemed to be a bit, um, like, you know, when you get in front of the slot in a station and the thing starts going oversensitive to your thrusters in the wrong direction, and when you try and correct it, it doesn't seem to respond. So no, just here, it just seemed to be a bit like that. Right, so that was it. We've got Thargoid, no technique, just pointing and shooting. But the main thing is when the Thargoids first drop in, you wait for that message about 3 seconds, and then you hold. You always need 4 pips to your system. So when you get a message that they're coming, anomaly detected, get yourself ready, bring up your field neutralizer, put 4 pips to systems, and that gives you the longest time to use it because it drains the capacitor like really fast. And once the capacitor's out, it switches off. So if you got to get, it's got to be on when that field comes, and it's a bit of a sort of margin of error for that. Um, so yeah, the 4 pips to the systems, and then wait 3 seconds after it says whatever that message was. I can't even remember it, and then hold down the button for 10 seconds, or whatever, and hopefully during that time the field will come and go, and then you're ready to go. So the first one isn't that important. You just get stuck there for about a minute, not able to do anything. Just fold your arms, go and make a cup of tea, and come back, and then by that time your ship's starting up again. You can come under attack then, that it's not that normal. But the dangerous time is when you've taken out that third heart. That's the only one you have to remember. The first one, if you be next to it, you get the lightning attack. But if you boost past it, you don't normally get that. There's normally other NPCs around and they shoot them instead. Second heart, you get a caustic missile. Again, no problem. It lands on you. You're getting them all the time from those scouts anyway. So, um, you know, it's just what happens there. But that third one, when you get that message, you're going to get shut down. And if you're shut down like next to it, you get that swarm coming. It takes all your shields down and then starts pummeling you. And then the Thargoid starts shooting you. And by the time your ship's woken up again, you know, it's a sad case. And then you've only got to get that one more heart. But you got like 30% hull and no shields. Oh, is it? Can I do it? You know, and it's like a bit nip and tuck. Quite exciting if you want to have a go at it. But if you get blown up, it's nothing. You just end up back at this station. And if you've killed the Thargoids, you've still got the combat bond, which is worth about 9 million. So you know that's worth having. Um, but so the most important thing is look at that swarm 32, and you're good to go. 64, 96, or whatever it is, forget it. You with this skill, no skill, you won't get it. And it's like all the tutorials show you like a one-on-one with a Thargoid, not just like wading in like I am. You've got lots of NPCs there to distract them, and again, if you do this with a friend as well, it's really good fun. You've got that extra power, and you can both shoot at the heart, so you get them quicker and that, and you got much more chance of getting both of them. And you could probably tackle the next one up, whatever that is. I can't remember all their names. It's the Medusa, the one with the thorns on the corners. You probably wouldn't do those, but you get the next one up that looks the same as the Cyclops. But you must count that swarm because if it's you got the one with 64, it's it's tough. It goes for you all the time, and not the NPCs, and you take a lot of damage. I haven't got one yet, but I'm not very good at it, and I'm not using any technique. Well, I'm deliberately not doing that because I've had a lot of, I mean, the guys that I play with, I keep saying to them, oh, let's go and do something. Oh, no, it's hard, all that sort of thing. But I just want to show that anybody can do it with not much skill, not much technique. And I'm sure a whole load of people are going to write in the comments, oh, you're doing it all wrong. But, I got a Thargoid, and m- most times now I can get both of them if they're both Cyclops. I can do two in the one and then come back and repair. But as I said, it is a bit dodgy because mysteriously the next one that spawns in is a tougher one and they go straight for you and it's tricky getting out. So if you do have to run, you must high wake. Like well you can try low waking first of all, but it's a bit weird because there was one there when I left and I didn't get mass locked. But another time you do. Well, when it's critical, when your hull's right down, you always get mass locked for some weird reason. But anyway, so if your frame shift doesn't start to charge, you just get it says charging, but nothing's happening. Uh, take it off again, and then target over here. You got all this crap there. So I would filter out the fleet carriers. Any of these systems, just target them and then re-engage your frameshift drive and pray that it's not behind a planet because if it's behind the planet, it'll say you can't jump. So then you've got to target another one. So that's what I meant before. Maybe target one before to make sure you're safe in the beginning while you're trying to figure it all out. So right, let's just have a look at the fire groups. You might have seen something when I was doing it, but it's fairly straightforward. So I've got the beam lasers and Gauss cannons on triggers 1 and 2 because you need to like swap between one and the other. I'm using the beam lasers as you saw for the scouts because it's pretty difficult to hit them with the Gauss cannons, and you need all your ammo for dealing with um, the Cyclops. You can just about have enough. You've got enough ammo to just about do two with the Gauss cannons, and then you need to come back and rearm. So you don't want to have the thing right down to its, you've just got its last heart. You need to finish it off. You've got no ammo left because you've been wasting your ammo on scouts. So that's why I use the beam lasers for that. So that's all there is in that column, if I remember rightly. Let me just check. Yep. So in the next column, I've got my field neutralizer and decontamination limpets. I think have I? No, just the field neutralizer. And in the other one, where's the decontamination limpets? It's got to be his. Oh, down the bottom. Yeah, I thought I got it there. So decontamination limpet and field neutralizer in the second one, and I have got a repair limpet there. You get about 2% of your hull repaired with that. I never bother, as you saw. And likewise with the shield cell banks, I've got them bound to separate buttons. So if I want to use those, I fire that from a button, not from a thing. But I'll take that out now because I had that in there when I had two SCBs, and sometimes I like to fire two with one heatsink. So you need to do it like that, but I'm not doing that anymore. So there's my remote flak. As you saw, I didn't use that. I might as well take that out. But I can't think of another weapon to put in there that's going to help you. So you could put another beam laser in there, but that's only going to drain your capacitor quicker. Um, you could put a multi cannon in there, like an AX multi cannon. So when you're firing the beam lasers, the AX multi cannon's going off as well to shoot the scouts. That would work. Um, but yeah, so that's it really. Um, when you come back, you got to wait for your shields to charge up again before going out. So don't be too quick to take off. Uh, shall I do another? Right. Yeah, yeah. That's it finished really. But I'm going to do another one and carry on. Um, if you got any comments, uh, yeah, put them in the comments. I always take notice of them, and any questions, I always try and answer those. So this isn't the expert's guide to Thargoids; it's the Dunderheads guide to killing Thargoids, and it just involves brute force. So I'm just going to show you another round if you're interested, and because it all happened a bit quick. So I'm going to explain exactly the same thing again, just to go over it one more time if you want. But otherwise, go and get your Corvette or Anaconda, and go and give them Thargoids hell. So here we go, and you'll see this is no preparation. I don't like sometimes in my videos I do a bit of editing and clipping because otherwise they're too long. But this one you're seeing as it is, of no preparation. I don't know what's going to happen. If I get blown up, I get blown up. So I've killed. I've got about 60 so far, maybe 80, and I've been blown up twice, but always by the fierce ones, not by the Cyclops. But you don't know whether there's a fierce one there always. So here we go. Get me fire groups. So let's choose that one. Nope, got my weapons out. So when you get that funny feel, see it's gone like twinkly. Stop now. That means it's getting regenerated by something. So you could go through your targets and see if you can find one. There's a nice close one. And see if you can find the regenerator. That's probably the one to go for first. But it all happens a bit quick, so I just go for like the nearest ones. And if sometimes you get a jousting one, it keeps flying over your head all the time, and then it's out of range. So if I get one of those, I just tend to go for another one. So there's another one getting regenerated. So I can see the regenerator on the top right. So Marauder, regenerator, where is it? Down there, right over the other side of the field. It just helps to keep one pip on your engine so your capacitor's always charged. Yeah, I haven't really figured out what's best in terms of these scouts. Whether it's better to get all these weird ones out the way first, or whether it's worse to have them around when you're shooting the Cyclops, or whether it makes no difference because new ones come in. So I haven't really done it for long enough. I mean, I've been doing this CG for 3 or 4 days, so I've sort of got the hang of what I'm doing. But as I say, whether I'm doing it well or not, it's a completely different matter. The problem with a ship like a Corvette is keeping close enough to them. I could be really active and like on my pips and stuff, but I'm a lazy player. So I've got contamination as well. I forgot about that. So I'll deal with this one then, the contamination. So that frame shift anomaly, that means the big Thargoids are coming. So it's nice timing. So I got rid of them. So there it is. It's the one without a top behind me. So oops, a bit too slow. Got my pips ready. I didn't see the message. There's the message. 1, 2, 3. Hold down. And for whatever reason, it didn't work. But I was holding it down. So I have no idea what happened. Now that swarm's going to get me. But nothing. So you take a little bit of damage, but it's nothing to worry about. Most of the time. But, there's always RNG. So you just have to wait for your ship to come back on again. So that was good to see it. So I lost a little bit of shield, that's all. So, right, now I've got to count the swarm. No, that's not it. That's the Thargoid. There's a swarm here. Let's do this one instead, then that's the one that keeps getting me. So I got my pips on the shields at 29. So you don't know whether that's a big swarm. Oh, let's go for it. You'll see what happens if I get the wrong Thargoid. So live and learn. So I've got my pips. Oop, need my fire group. And here we go. So after about 3 or 4 shots, the heart gets exerted like that. So you can't get it when it's sideways on. I haven't got my the curve right on my weapons. It goes too, like when I'm trying to line up for the shot, it goes too slow and then too fast. So let's see, I got that one. So I boost past it, so he won't lightning me, hopefully. So my shields are down a little bit, so I've got shield cell banks, so I'm just going to use one. It gets a little bit back. Right, so where is it? It's over there. So I've got caustic damage now. So I need to burn that off with the Gauss cannons. So let's see if I can get a bit closer. Right, got to take his shields down because he's got 52% at the moment. So he's shooting another ship at the moment, so I'm pretty safe anyway. But when you go cold, they can't get you so easily. So that's why you want thermal vent. So his shields are gone, so I can shoot him now. But it doesn't do, like, shooting their hull doesn't really do anything other than get the heart out. You've got to get them hearts. You can shoot it all day, it won't kill it. Unless you get the heart. But that's the second one gone. Boost past it. This time it's the caustic missile. You want to practice that, saying that to yourself all the time. There it comes. But I've already contaminated anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I might as well go straight for it and get his shields down. It's out of range at the moment, so I'll do a shield cell bank as my shield's a bit low. If you just stay out of range, its shields will go down by themselves. But I can't be bothered to wait. Sometimes they lightning you, but I use that as an opportunity to shoot them because they end up stuck in front of you and you get nice shots at their hearts. So you take a bit of damage, but it's worth it. Oh, stay still. Right, this is the one where you got to watch out for. So 4 pips to systems, change to your field neutralizer. You don't have to boost away, but you know it's better to. So wait for that message. No, I haven't seen it yet. Missile. So I can't shoot. I haven't got it on my fire group now, so come on. He hasn't used his. He's going to do it as soon as I change, I know. Normally he would have done it by now. All right, let's shoot it then. Right, the next one is going to. I'm just going to waste a couple of shots now to heat myself up. Like when this heart goes, we finish it off. And that heating up has burnt off the contamination. So if you're still hot, you can use a heat sink. Oh, couldn't quite get the last shot in. There we go. Finish him off. If you're quick, oh, missed that one. You've got to take your finger off the. Oh, I got it, I think. In order to fire your next shot, you've got to take your finger off the trigger. And if you don't take it off for long enough, it won't fire. So that's it. Back to the station. So, look, 4 pips to engines, weapons away. Let's boost out of there. There is another Thargoid now over the other side of the field. So if I was about 70 and 70 on shields and hull, I would go for that one as well. But I'm not. So it's time to get my frame shift drive going, get out of there. So that's it. You can see that's 2. Both times took quite a lot of damage, but the hull goes down much more slowly. So it's not you don't have to panic. Like when you're fighting NPCs like pirates, things like that, and you got a shield tank and your shields have gone down, you think you're time to leave, but here all your strength is in your hull. So 55%, you've got a long way to go before you're in danger. But unfortunately, if one chases you and you can't jump out, it does take you down slowly. You start off with you got 40% hull, and then you try normal jump and it doesn't work, and then you cancel the jump, and then you target a system and you try again and find it's occluded where you're on a planet, and then you're 25%, and then you target another system, and then by the time you get your frame, you're at 20%, and you do start panicking a little bit, but you'll survive. So right, let's get some docking permission.
Docking request granted.
So that's how much do I get for that? Well, you get about 1 million for the scouts, depending on how many you get, and you get 8 million for the other one. So it's 9 million a trip roughly. And like when you get organised, it's about you can do a trip in 10 minutes. And if as I said, if you get a really good success with the first Thargoid, you can do the second one, and it takes you about 20 or 25 minutes for the whole thing, and you come back with 17 million. So in terms of making money, it's not bad, but when you got a rebuy, was it 30 million or something? So you lose quite a lot. Right. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I don't think there's anything else. Just hope.
Hull integrity
Oh,
compromised. Taking damage.
I want to land.
Rockets accessible. Engines disengaged.
Oh yeah. Don't forget your limpets. That's the last thing. So always, every trip, you want to replenish them. So what do I use? 5. Oop. confirm.
Cargo hold at
And
maximum capacity.
this is a
Shields
CG.
online.
My buttons don't work properly, as always. So, hand in the combat bonds to this guy, 17 million, because I didn't hand in the last one. So that's it. So, see you in another video. Don't forget your comments.